I was thinking about this lately with separation, and I'm curious of what you think about it. And we've never talked about this before, but I find it fascinating that in A Course in Miracles, which is a book that you gifted me, that I leaf through every single day, it talks about being special, that we're not all special. And special is a way in which we separate. And I find that to be so fascinating because I've been thinking about that lately a lot, where I feel like I'm walking through my day, and because I'm the, player one of my game, I'm like, I'm very special. I'm not, you kind of are noticing that you're having a different experience than everyone else. You perceive that. And I feel like I'm special. And I feel like a lot of people that I know feel like they're special. But then there is also the belief that if I think I'm special, then I think that I'm different than people, and that I almost create a hierarchy of being better. And I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Like, if people are special, if they're not, and a little bit of separation as well.
That's a beautiful question. And we are all special. You're special. I'm special. Like, we're all so, in a certain sense of the word, we are, right? We're so unique. We're so important. I like to tell people that they're divinely iconic. You are a once in a never again limited edition run. No one else like you. And that is so special. And I really feel that we're being asked to honor that on a deeper level, asked to really see ourselves as sacred and important. But the way that the Course talks about it, and for those who aren't familiar, A Course in Miracles is basically a metaphysical text that takes the reader on the journey from fear to love. And if you stick with it and you go deep into it, it helps heal your consciousness of the instinct to go to fear and separation rather than to live through the logic of love. And A Course in Miracles makes a distinction between the special relationship and the holy relationship. So it puts special and holy as opposed to one another. And when I go really, really, really zoomed out, when I think about the admonition against the specialness, it's that, yeah, you and I could look at each other and be like, we're so special. Like, we're so unique. No one else gets us. Like, and then we're like stoked. We're like, cool. I just saw us sitting in a little clubhouse, like in a tree house. Like, we're so cool. Like, we love each other. Like, everybody else is great too. We love them, but like, there's something really unique here that makes us feel safer. And that is true on a certain third dimensional level, as we've spoken about with the boundaries and things like that. Like, there are people that we're meant to be closer or not close to. It's very unique and amazing when you feel connected. But on that eternal soul level, to believe that we are any different from someone else is ultimately a lie that will create suffering. Mm-hmm. If I find safety in, I'm special in this particular way, I've got this identity, I can be close to all the people with that identity, that feels really good for a minute. But then it starts to break down because it's like I almost saw like a video game. You turn and it's like, oh, that building's starting to crumble, because it's not the ultimate resting place for our soul, because truly we are all one. And the Course talks about how, what they describe as the teachers of God, people who've chosen to live lives oriented towards love. The only qualification is that it says somewhere, somehow, someone has decided to not see their interests as separate from someone else's. And the holy relationship is that acknowledgement of, I can access salvation, unity, love equally with anybody, because we are truly, truly all one.
Mm. Yeah, I know it's such a weird thing, because you're like, I want being special to be a positive, where I'm like, I love myself enough to be special. But there is a part of it where if we are all one, then we are not necessarily, because we are all special.
And to me, it's a paradox, right?
Yes.
Something else I speak about is relatable brilliance. We often see people finding relatability and unity through, oh, I'm such a mess.
Oh
my life is such a mess, right? I'm just this dumb human, like never going to get it right. All the self-deprecating things.
That's a whole female brand.
100%.
Of being like, so what? I drank a whole bottle of wine and fell asleep watching Real Housewives. And everyone's like, yes, queen, self-care. Just like, yes, sure.
Yeah, it's interesting how we've learned how to perform our shortcomings as another form of authenticity, as another form of creating belonging, creating security. And to me, this idea of releasing the idea of a special relationship it's also happening simultaneously with the fact that we're getting correct perception of ourselves. We are divine beings. We are so powerful. We are so beautiful. We are so innocent. We are so pure. We are amazing. Every single person, like we are literally made in the image of an infinitely loving creator. And we're given this realm with so much power where we can create beautiful things, and how we live and how we interact is beautiful. Like just even the fact that we can smile and that we want to connect and we want to belong and we're seeking that reunification. We are incredible. And so for me, the correction of perception is both, wow, I am one with everyone. And creating these artificial hierarchies doesn't actually serve me, but also I don't have to see my oneness by letting myself stay in a lower frequency where I'm performing things and acting out from my lower nature in a way that doesn't actually honor me.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Morning Microdose by Almost 30.
We hope you enjoyed waking up.
As always, we encourage you to take what resonates and leave the rest. If you enjoyed this trip, tune into the full episode on the Almost 30 podcast. All episode information can be found in the show notes.
Make sure to subscribe, and if this becomes a part of your morning routine, be sure to share it with a friend. We have new inspiring doses Monday through Friday. Follow us on Instagram at Morning Microdose, and follow Almost 30 at Almost 30 Podcast.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the vortex.